Today I wanted to create and shoot this video to address something I'm hearing and seeing across industries when I connect with potential clients or even apply to internal jobs as a sales trainer, performance coach. And it's this notion that I need to become a subject matter expert, a product knowledge expert, an industry expert in that particular industry, company, niche, whatever the case might be. There's a misnomer out there, and it's a myth that many business owners, CEOs, even sales leaders carry as I start these conversations with them. And I have to point out to them that, listen, a quality sales trainer that knows what they're doing and knows how to navigate the sales conversation in a way that lowers resistance, gets emotional momentum going with the prospect, creates an environment that has the prospect or the potential customer closing themselves or closing the sales professional that's working with them. But I guess a lot of old school thinking points to, no, you need to know the product, you need to know the service, you need to be an expert, you need to be a subject matter expert. And that simply just isn't the case. And I've proven that since well before 2009. 2009 is when I started my own training company, and I've worked across multiple industries, almost all of them, with over 200 companies, not being a product knowledge expert, knowing enough about their products and services to be able to help them facilitate the conversation. And if they know their products and services, even if they don't have full mastery over them, I've been able to take them through the sales conversation and give them the frameworks, the coaching and the training to be able to do that. And so here's what I point out and say to the people who I potentially work with, whether I'm working with individual sales professionals, a sales team, a sales leader, a CEO, a business owner. Whenever they say, Dwayne, I don't know if you can help us because you don't know our product, you don't know our service, our solution, our industry. We need somebody inside, and that's completely false. The only thing I need to know is who are your customers, what are their pains, and how does your product, service, or solution help them relieve that pain, get away from that pain, or achieve the goals they're looking for? So who's your customer? What pains are they dealing with? And what does your solution do to resolve that pain or get them that goal? And if I know that, I can help you, I can help your sales professionals improve the quality of their sales conversations, because a statistic I learned many years ago, I'm sure it's even more impactful now, is that when companies spend money or invest in sales training, generally they'll spend 90% of those dollars, the time, the energy, and the effort, 90% on product knowledge. And whenever surveyed, buyers said that it's only about 10% of the product knowledge and understanding the features, the advantages, and benefits, really about the trust that they have in the sales professional, their ability to listen, to understand them, to help them find and solve problems. And that has nothing to do with product knowledge. It has to do with human dynamic, human behavior knowledge, right? Because I can have all the product knowledge in the world. I can understand your features, your advantages, your benefits, your products, your service inside out. But if I cannot navigate the most critical part of a sell, which is the human dynamic, I'll lose business to someone who's better at that every single day, right? So if you're doing sales training, I would put less emphasis on product knowledge, especially right out of the gate with new people, so they can launch and get out there and make a difference and make an impact on your bottom line. It really comes down to the conversations they're having. They need to know how to lower sales resistance. They need to know how to ask skilled questions to where it doesn't feel like an interrogation, but a thoughtful, methodical process that gets the buyer, the potential buyer, or the prospect to really think, to really verbalize, and to really have that light bulb go off in their own mind that, wait a minute, I do have a problem. I don't want to sit in a situation. There is a better way for me, and can you help me, right? But I see so many sales across industries, even to this day, lost because the sales professionals show up, and you heard this, throw up, right? And they believe telling is selling, and it's not. And I see so many companies, they have their perfect little slide deck, they have their demo, they have their presentation, and their salespeople will come in and maybe build false rapport or superficial rapport for maybe 30 seconds to a couple of minutes, and then they just launch into that thing. And then they get at the end and they wonder why the prospect doesn't move forward. It's because it's not about product knowledge. It's not about understanding your products, your services, and your solutions. It's about understanding your customer, the pains they're facing, and how your product or service can help them move away from that pain or reach their goal. So I think I made this video for anyone who finds my page, or maybe I share it with somebody. If you're considering working with me or any other sales trainer, it's not about your products and services. You've got people out here who are very skilled at navigating the sales conversation that can convert business even without knowing the products, services, and solutions. As long as they can teach your people how to have the right conversations, they can win business all day, every day. I've worked in just about every industry you can consider, tech, SaaS, telecommunications, pharmaceuticals, roofing, construction, business machines, copiers, oh gosh, you name it, right? And I've been through it. And every time I've worked for an organization internally and as a consultant or an independent contractor, it's never about, I've never gone in there trying to master or to understand the product, service, or solutions, and I've still been able to help those salespeople blow through their sales goals consistently. So maybe you found this and you're looking for a sales trainer. Maybe I said it to you because we've had a conversation and maybe you were leaning heavy on product knowledge. It's not necessary. I can come in and I can help your people win and double and triple their sales within 90 days, probably sooner, by simply helping them navigate the conversation, because they can always circle back to the prospect and say, you know what, I'm going to have to do some research. I don't really know that piece right now, but why is it relevant and important to you so that I can understand, so I can get it for you, and always give them a reason to come back. So if you're working with a training organization or a sales trainer and you're feeling like it's really important they understand the ins and outs of your products, services, and solutions, you're wasting time. You're making excuses, and that's not what sales is all about. Sales isn't about features, advantages, and benefits. It's about pain, it's about goals, but more importantly, it's about what's going in the mind of the prospect and how do you get them to willingly put those cheat codes on the table so that you can tailor your presentation, your demo, and your pitch to what really matters to them. You see, every prospect you'll ever deal with, every prospect that your sellers will ever deal with, already value something about a solution, about an outcome, about getting away from pain, about achieving a goal. And sales is about gathering understanding of what they're going through, because all the research in the world, all the social media creeping that you could possibly do on a person, all the research you could do on their website isn't going to give you the most important thing that you need to understand and demonstrate that understanding. And that's what's going on here in that prospect's mind. Because many times when you show up, they don't think they have a problem. They're getting it done on some level. They don't think they need your product, service, or solution. It's how you acknowledge that, align with them, diffuse sales resistance, and still get them to open up and talk about what's really going on, where they are, where they should be, what they've tried to get there, what's standing in the way, what's the consequence if they don't get there, and why does it matter now? What's the payoff if they're able to solve that problem or reach that destination? And whenever you can master that, whenever your salespeople can master that, that's when sales happen. That's when you start crushing your sales goals and you increase your revenue and your profitability. So hope that served on some level. If you're looking for somebody to help your sales professionals, your sales team go to the next level, maybe they're doing great and you just want them to go through the ceiling, or maybe they're struggling and you need them to have a solid foundation of consistency so they can close more deals consistently, predictably, and profitably, I might be able to help. Reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. You can reach me on my mobile, 225-772-3264. Just shoot me a text. or run over to my website, sellingwithinfluence.com. A lot of information there. But if nothing else, goodness gracious, let go of the product knowledge, the products, the services, the solutions, the features, advantages, and benefits. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how good you think your company is. Nobody cares how good you think your product and services is. To them, in their mind, you're just a commodity. It's the conversation you have with them that gets them to open up and share their cheat codes with you, so you can map those solutions, is what's a game changer. And they don't even know why. But whenever you do it the right way, they lock onto you, they trust you, they believe in you, and they want to work with you. Product knowledge, features, advantages, and benefits will never get that result for you without that human dynamic, which you need to spend 90% on. If you want my help, show your sales professionals how to do this, reach out to me, 225-772-3264. Go to my website, sellingwithinfluence.com.